whiskey loving legends to another episode of Was It Worth a Whiskey. Today we've got an Arran 10-year-old. Here it is. So it originates on, you guessed it, the Isle of Arran, which for those who don't know is situated like west of Glasgow, in between Glasgow and Campbelltown, that island that sits there, in between those two. Originally founded in like 1994, I think, and then opened to the public in 1995, so relatively young. It used to actually originally house or warehouse a lot of its whiskey in Springbank Distillery because it didn't have enough room on site, but they have now built quite large warehouses there, so they now warehouse all their whiskies on site, as far as I'm aware. But enough about the distillery itself, because we're here to talk about the whiskey and whether it's worth it or not. So, natural colour, non-chill filtered, 46% or 46 ABV. So it's got a few ticks. So on the nose, it's a young nose. Straight up, I get that alcohol bite of a young whiskey. But then I get the vanilla that comes through, a bit of citrus, and then a bit of a mellow sort of honeyness about it as well. So on the palate, again I get honey, again I get vanilla, I get a bit of maltiness as well. So I get a bit of something else, don't know what that is. Anyway, it's got a bit of peppery spice. There's definitely some stone fruits in there, like maybe I get a strong sort of apricot sort of stone fruit in there as well. And I get this bit of black passion fruit sort of flavour. So that bitter black passion fruit sweetness flavour. On the finish is, it's not long, it's not a long finish, it's fairly short. It's a bit of a bitter finish. It's not bad, it's not amazing. I do get that kind of end note of that passion fruit, black passion fruit taste right through the end as well. Might put a bit of water in this one, basically because I tried before and I did find it helped open it up a little bit in this one. Okay. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think it helped it a bit, but I think in this case, this one, it does. Just let it open up a bit. So once I get a bit of water in it, I get a bit of caramel, some bananas as well, and kind of like this custardy note, like custard apples or something like that, or custard and apples maybe. As well as, of course, the vanilla and the citrus and that alcohol bite. It's still there, like you still smell that it's a fairly young whiskey, but it's not as pungent, obviously, with the water. Okay. Palate's a lot smoother. Brings out more of that apricotness and those passion fruits. Adds a bit of creaminess when you put the water in, like you get that creamy custard in that palate as well. The finish, it's a little bit less bitter on the finish with a bit of water in it. It's more sweeter, but with water, I think, and it does reduce the finish as well. So it was a short finish to start with, and you add a bit of water and it makes it a bit shorter. But a very nice little whiskey from an independent distillery. There's not many independent distilleries around, so you got to like it when you get an independent distillery. And it certainly is quite drinkable. Now from a score, I'm going to give the nose 85 points. I'm going to give the palate 85 points, and I'm going to give the finish 84 points. Give us a grand total of more or less, or average score more or less 85 points, give or take a bit. Now, more importantly than that, as we know on this channel anyway, is it worth it? Is it worth the money? So this bottle I picked up for £36. In Australia, you can get it for like 95 AUD, and the US you can get it for 50 USD. So on that score and 85 points, I'm going to give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's not an absolutely amazing dram, but it's definitely worth trying, and it's not offending in any way, and it's an independent distillery. So I say have at it, and once again, thumbs up. Until next time, see you later.